And here we are.
Yeah. What's going on, man?
Well, it's been a raunchy week, but I needed to do this, man. We missed yesterday, so I thought tonight we'd go ahead and go, even though I'm sure there are other people live streaming right now, but I don't care. I think that today we'll have a good topic because I've been talking to some people that want to get things moving, get things going with their creative juices and small businesses and everything, and trying to just, get their face out to people and everything. And
I
thought it'd be a good topic to discuss because honestly, it only takes one decision. It takes one. And everybody is always scared, or there's fear driving it to where they don't really try and buckle down and do what they desire to do. And it infuriates me. You know what I mean? Because I want people to do what they want, what they're passionate about.
Dude, I hear that. That's me, though. That's like, and not that I'm afraid, but trying to find the time to sit down, and write and do and work on this stuff. Because I've been spending so much time learning how to draw better that I'm like, man, you can't just have a good drawing. I mean, that helps, but you got to have a good story. I don't want to have all this awesome artwork with a shitty story.
Oh, 100%. And I'm not saying that it's just one thing keeping somebody from hitting that next level, getting to that next tier for themselves. I mean, it could be fear. It could be the idea of there's too many obstacles in the way for you to actually, pursue what you want to do.
Anything that makes it not a priority, basically.
Right. And I think it's just one simple decision, and it's, do you find it worth it?
I mean, is that the question?
Isn't it?
I would say at the moment right now, it's a passion. It's not so much that it's worth it. I guess with the definition of what is the worth that it's supposed to be? Money? I'm not sure if money is the incentive to get people to, get on board, to jump onto their passion. Right. It was a few years ago when I was like, man, I always wanted to do comic books, and I used to do a comic book, and it was a lot of fun, and then life got in the way. And then COVID happened and everything, and then we got the stimulus checks, and I'm seeing people making real money off of these, doing their dream. And I'm like, holy crap, it's possible now. And so I start, putting my stuff together, and I start working on it. And now it's a few years later, and I'll say part of it, I'm seeing things happening, and it's kind of discouraging over the years, not just recently. It's just over the years. And then you see people come in with all haphazard and expect to get $100,000 on a campaign when their book doesn't look good or the story doesn't look interesting. And I'm like, where do they get off? And then they don't make money. And so then they end up ditching everybody, running off with whatever money they got, or refunding or I don't know. There's a lot of things like that has kind of discouraged me. So the question is it worth it to do that financially? Maybe not, but that's if you're not I would say if it's your passion, do the passion, make it happen. Don't let it destroy your life. You know what I mean? Don't go sell your mortgage, your house or anything, or you know what I mean, to go put all your eggs in this basket. But if it's your passion, find a way to finance it until you can build an audience, and then then it's totally worth it.
People got lucky in 2020, right? Everything was shut down. You were getting your stimulus checks, and you were able to sit down and work on what you wanted to do. People actually had time back to themselves to actually pursue their passion. And now that, 6 years later, of course, life's going to pick back up. But did that drive stay with you? Did that drive? Was it a one and done?
So for me, I haven't put anything out, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because some of the ideas that I had, if I had just cranked them out, I had people saying, "Oh man, just do it, just crank it out." I'm like, nah, man, I kind of want it to be good, and I have some stories that maybe I should have focused on a little more, but recently I've been kind of getting back. I forget what it was. So I was like looking at a comic book, and I was just like, damn, this is what gets my gears going, is reading this kind of stuff. And I got to thinking, like, one of my stories needed some tweaking, right? So I'm like, I gotta change some of this. Hey, cut that shit up. But I got to tweak some of this, and I think that's going to be for the better. And it's kind of giving me, now that I've gotten like the struggle out of my head to that, when you're writing a story, you always have that nagging feeling like, what the hell is wrong? This isn't perfect. What is it that's wrong with this? And then realizing, oh, I've got too much. I've got to separate these two ideas and make them two separate things. And now the weight of trying to figure out how to make it work has been lifted. And I'm like, this needs to not be so complicated. This one needs to be like this. And then this one needs to be like that. And then maybe down the line, that other idea, the story arc, can merge together in the two stories. But now, it's the too much.
For me, it happened like during COVID, before COVID, I was able to be part of an anthology called Super Abled, where we directed the characters at limb different kids that were born with limb differences, missing arms, missing hands, legs, whatever, what have you. And that really instilled the passion up for me to keep creating. And so, I saved money. I did what I had to, and it was easier without kids. Most definitely, kids eat up your bank account. No doubt about it.
And your time. And it's family. It's fun.
Right. You need to spend time with them and everything. But there's always this inkling behind that just says you need to get back into it. You need to do it. And that drive, that fire is still there, but I haven't had time to do anything about it. Right. Like when the funds started like depleting and I had to put it towards kids, I switched over to something else that I thought I'd be passionate about and give that a try. And that's the whole thing, is that you just have to give it that first try.
Yeah.
Because if you look at my first bit, like, we can do live streams out the wazoo, right? But that's going to be for the audience that's already subscribed to you. It's not going out to every fucking person out there in the world.
Yeah.
And
you've been making those videos, and those are good videos.
I've made a couple videos, and my first video without the information that was actually in it was dog water editing style. It was my first go at it. So editing was, of course, very amateurish, but I had fun doing it. And I've had fun realizing that I can do it and I can get better at doing it.
Hell yeah. That's fun. Yeah, it is. When you're having fun, it comes through in a video. There are people that are just miserable doing the shit they do, and it comes through in the video. They're like, what the hell are you even doing talking about this stuff?
No, you can't. I don't think that there's going to be days where you're just like, what the hell am I doing? But if you still have it in you to where you are like, yeah, I want to try this, or I want to keep going, I want to see where this ends up. Don't stop. Just keep doing it. I mean, there are people right now that are, trying to create their comics, and they're seeing other people create their comics and being successful. They're seeing others that fail and everything. And that comes after the decision to finally like step in and dip your toe in the water and find out if it's actually worth it. And when you go around and you meet other like-minded people that want to do the same creativities, make the same accomplishments, go out and, gallivant around the same, circles as you, it makes it to where that fire inside for the passion of what you want to do just grows even bigger. I mean, there's no way I can be doing this without somebody else there next to me being able to help guide me as we go along, the conversation and everything. I can't talk to
I don't know how they do it. How like Ethan does that. He talks for hours. That's tough, like, man. And still make it entertaining.
Elliot Rodriguez, he does it on his own a lot, right? Mm-hmm. But he's talking to the chat. He's just, shitting out information. And it's not bad information, but I'm just saying he's able to shit it out to where I don't have that ability. but it
I
gives
don't know
you
how
that.
they do it.
I don't either, but it gives you that inkling to like just try and do it.
You know, doing YouTube alone was hard for me to get into live streaming at all. And I guess I'm better at it. I don't know. But Dojo's show was actually pretty nice because he was the one kind of running the show. He had his topics and everything. And for a while, that was pretty fun doing that every week. It was kind of like training wheels into the podcast thing. And then I'm like, you know what? I kind of have some ideas I'd like to do for a show. And so that's when we started looking at like campaigns and stuff and trying to make that more entertaining, because part of the thing that we do is we're doing crowdfunding, we're doing indie comics. So looking at other indie comics and crowdfunding is like, but everybody who was doing that, it was so boring, man. Like it wasn't even that people were looking at campaigns. People would have the guests on, and a lot of these guys aren't, skilled in talking or talking about themselves or their products, their books. And so that got to be real rough. So then the idea was just like, well, why? I mean, sure, bring them on every once in a while, but maybe just go look at the campaigns and give our 2 cents on what we think about it, or if we have any issues with the campaign, or we're having the thoughts and whatever about all this stuff, the crowdfunding in general. And we've had a few that were like lemons, and we've had a few that they were scams, and then we've had a few that were way better than we thought they were going to be.
100%.
Yeah. And it's kind of like it's a fun ride going through all that.
100%.
Trying to make it fun.
And there's always going to be a beginning to starting up, right? Like when I wanted to like venture out from the anthology, I immediately went out and I started seeking out different videos of how to create books, how to write, what's a story need. Like I always talk about this channel, but there's this YouTube channel called Film Courage. And I listen to all those directors, producers, writers, as they're being interviewed about the path that they took, what obstacles that they had to overcome, what's important to a story for each individual. And I just soak that up because it's something I love to do. I love to create, but I think I love creating the story. I think creating the story and collaborating are almost on the same level with me, because I love shooting ideas off of people, and I love watching them like get in sync with me. It's almost, Venom really pops up into my head, but it's symbiotic, right? Like when you find somebody that just meshes with you into getting into that mindset of how to execute something, it's magic, man, and you cannot get enough of it.
Yeah, when I drew that picture the other day and you were like, bro, here's the story. I'm like, that's pretty good. That's fun. That's like a cool idea. I'm like, I like to come up with character designs. I'm like, today I'm just going to start with this. I'm going to just see where the drawing takes me. And then I start to build the figure, and I'm like, what kind of cool, like, if this was a toy, what kind of cool, like, extras would I want my toy? Weapons and cool shit would go on this toy. And then I'm like, all right, this looks badass. What's his story here? And like, he looks kind of like marine. I like marine, like the Ninja Turtle toys, the ones that were always meant for water were always the coolest ones. I don't know. Like, I guess the submarine was cool. The what was that? The foot ski was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
We had that manta ray or whatever, I forget his name, but he Man Ray or whatever. He could change color of that toy. Those were always fun. And then like Michelangelo in the surf suit and the flippers and shit. That was one of my favorite toys.
Yeah.
And you look at those Ninja Turtle toys, it's so weird. Some of them, that Michelangelo, for example, had like a starfish and it had like a crab attached to him. Like, who thought of that when making that toy? Those fun little things you find just looking at the toys.
The character that you showed me yesterday was just inspiring, because I could never come up with a character design like that. My level of character designs are very street, right? Like, you could, if you wanted to, you could go out into like a Goodwill or something like that, and you could create my characters designs, and you can wear them out and cosplay them easily. But when I see
another
you
part of it.
When I see you get into your jive and you actually like sit down and you like, I don't know how you call them lunch doodles because it's so fucking it looks like it takes hours. But that one character that you showed yesterday was really awesome. It took me back to 90s, man.
That one
it
was
very much
two lunch
90s.
doodles. That one was like
Okay.
I was like, so that one, it did take me a little longer because I colored it, but I had most of the day I was on like hallway duty, right? Like they were doing testing, and so my job was to be in the hallway. And so I'm like, well, if I'm going to be here, I'm going to draw on my free time. So I had a little bit extra time to work on that and color.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I've got it over here. Hold on, let me go pull it. Let me pull it up.
Are you going to show it?
Yeah, why not? It's cool.
Oh, shit.
Everyone can see what we're talking about. What's up, Mo? Hold on,
nobody better steal this character design.
If they do, I'll come up with 5. I'll come up with 5 more.
As soon as I see it land on somebody's page, I'm going to be like, they fucking stole that, and I'm going to call them out.
All right, hold on. Let me go grab it real quick.
All right, go grab it. But yeah. So when it comes to like doing something that you've been thinking about doing, all I can say is don't even weigh your options. Find the most minuscule way to make it happen. Like if it's creating comics, go out there and find a group of people that want to throw an anthology together. Just like maybe 5 to 7 pages of story just for your first outing. That's how I did it. And see if it's worthwhile to you. See if that collaborating with other creators, see if being able to write your own story and making sure it stays fluid and it actually is a story, not just a bunch of fucking action scenes taking place. But make sure that there's actually some kind of weight to the story, some kind of threat, some kind of love, some kind of, growth, depth to your characters. Find out how to make that all happen and find other. If you don't know how to do it right out the gate, that's fine, because I sure as hell didn't. But there are ways, because of YouTube, there are other people that have already been through it that you can go back and you can mimic the steps that they took to get there for your own creativity. And it's as simple as that. Just I don't watch television half as much as I do YouTube anymore. YouTube takes up all of my screen time. And it's either watching other creators, or it's learning how to do something else for my own channel, or it's learning how to, get ready to go out there and work conventions. How are people setting up their tables and booths at conventions? How are people going out there and
conventions are a whole nother thing too.
Dude.
There's so many levels of, I have no idea where to begin with something like a convention.
Well, see, that's the thing. When you start like opening up to people about your kind of creativity, you're going to meet other people that are like-minded. Like I work with a guy named Steve. And if it hadn't been for me seeing like a Pokemon sticker on the back of his cell phone, on the back of his protective case, I just made the offhand thing. I was like, Pokemon? Really? He was like, oh yeah, man, I collect cards. And that immediately was like, oh, I got something to relate to him too. Oh, so he collects cards like Magic, Pokemon, anything, does a collective thing. He even plays the game. And as soon as I found another nerd that enjoyed that kind of stuff, dude, the floodgates opened just for me and him to go back and forth every single day about what we want to do, what we desire, what pinnacle we want to get to. And that just builds up the want, the need to get it out there. And when you find other people that do that, all it takes is just doing it. That's all it takes.
Yeah, man. No, I feel that. And it's awesome when you like run into somebody who's into the same shit. Right. Out in the wild, you meet some people and you have to kind of go through some people online before you finally like, this this guy's cool. I like hanging out with this guy, but those other some of these other people are like, they were nice, not gonna talk shit, but they're not the kind of people I can stomach hanging around for a long time. But out in the wild, it's like out in the real world, you go meet somebody, you find some friends or something that you can actually hang out and talk about shit. That's a totally different thing. I've got friends I wish I could get on these live streams because we have some pretty epic conversations that everybody has. Everybody's got them, but who's having those conversations anymore?
Oh, hell yeah.
Like Hulk conversations.
Nobody. Everybody's too fucking busy.
Or they're talking shit about somebody else. Like that's what all these channels are doing now.
I don't have time to talk shit about other channels or people, man. I just want to see if your book's good, and if your book's good, I'll talk about it, and I'll have you on if you want to come on.
We need to get back to the really profound conversations, but not like Hulk's dong, right? That's done. Like that's been talked about for 30 years.
Yeah.
Or however long, how many years. But we need to get into like really deep philosophical like debates on superheroes, because those kind of conversations are fun. But most people don't even put too much thought into it. Yeah. Like if Hulk's skin if like he got sweaty or dirty and dirt got into the fibers, into his skin, would the skin turn that into diamonds, Like why does he live under bridges, Bruce Banner, when he could literally just take like rocks and pressurize him into diamonds or something, or whatever?
Like, why do people think that Cyclops' sunglasses actually work?
That's a good question. I never thought they would work. I never understood how they work because they don't even glow like his visor does. It's like I guess they completely block out
when Cyclops opens his eyes, that kinetic propulsion shoots out.
Yeah,
there's
so
no
the
reason
glasses
for
right
his
off his
sunglasses
face
to be able to stay on his fucking face,
or his visor for that matter. If his force, his eye force is so powerful, how the hell does his visor even stay on?
It shouldn't. It should just fucking fly off with the rest of the propulsion, with as much energy and propulsion that takes place with his power. There's no fucking way. Like his eyelids shouldn't even be able to shut. His eyelids should have ripped off, and it should just be an open dimension of kinetic energy.
There's a problem with Cyclops lately when they I don't know how long it's been, but when they always had weird phrasing for his power, right? They were optic beams, they were this or that. But now it's kinetic force. He's got like punch power. Hey Mo, what's going on? We're talking about how nobody talks about superhero, philosophy anymore. And we're talking about Cyclops and his eye kinetic force. Blocking the eye blast is just an excuse. Those rose-colored glasses are so he can stay in his relationships. Yeah, that's funny. Whether it's Phoenix or Frost, it
looks the other way.
Yeah, man. But so I saw a long time ago, it made sense. They're lasers, right? Or optic blasts or whatever. There's force behind them, but it's it's like energy. But they had like a prism, like a little diagram Marvel put out of his visor, and it showed how like it had different layers of prisms that could focus the energy in the beam. But that's not kinetic force. That wasn't that long ago, they said he's got the eye punch dimension or whatever. His eyes are portals to the punch dimension. That's stupid. That's retarded. Because if it's just kinetic force coming out of his eyes that glows red for whatever reason, then why the hell? How the hell does his head not explode, or his eyeballs, his eye sockets not explode?
Right, like his whole headwear should not even be able to stay on his face. That amount of projection from that energy blast, there's no way. It's cool. But when you really try and break down the science behind comic books, it completely dismantles itself.
That's the problem. Somebody tried to get intellectual with it. He's a fucking comic book character who has blasts coming out of his eyes. That's it. That's all you need. Optic blasts, right?
Yep.
They're optic because they come out of his eyes, and they're blasts. Who cares if it's a laser, if it's kinetic force? It doesn't matter. In fact, when you leave it kind of ambiguous like that, you can actually do anything with it. There was a thing where he was hitting Wolverine with the blast, and Wolverine's started glowing. That's not going to happen with kinetic force. That's heat. I guess the kinetic force could heat his bones up, but that's stupid. It would blast his skin away. So it's retarded to try to get too smart with it. You know what I mean? Like comic books, just leave it, man. It was cool before. If he wasn't cool enough, then make him cooler. You don't have to explain his power. Yeah. And even Wolverine, I don't like that they gave him bone claws. I always thought that was stupid. That it makes no sense. It's like continuing Star Wars after Return of the Jedi, because Wolverine had a healing factor and heightened senses, right? Right. That's what allowed him to survive the program, the Weapon X program. If all they did was just put metal on his bones, but they didn't actually give him blades, like that's what makes him a weapon, right? Mm-hmm. So if they didn't do that because he already had the bones, and they just covered everything in metal, then that's big whoop. Who cares? That's not a devious program. They just gave him metal bones. So he's not Weapon X. They just enhanced him with metal bones. What's wrong with that? It's not as devious. When the metal blades were part of the problem. They were giving him weapons to hide in his arms so that he could, be in anybody, and then all of a sudden just murder you, and nobody could even tell. Yeah. You walk down the street, and then he's just some knucklehead, or he's some knucklehead walking down the street, and then he just real quick, like John Wick, smacks you with his blades, and you're gone.
Let's see. It's like trying to explain how when Superman is flying, he could start flying. He could start flying faster. Yeah, I mean, what exactly makes Superman be able to fly faster? Is it? It's a stand-up from a comedian. It's a joke from a comedian, but is it just the thrust of his arms up in front of him?
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, hold on a minute, because I forget. I've already answered this question in my head after I watched that channel that you put me on. Yep. That guy goes and explains. He already explained it. How Superman flies in general. He's got that anti-gravity force field around him, which is how he can grab things without destroying them from the kinetic pressures of them, like catching a plane. If the plane would crumble in on itself if he were to actually catch the plane. Mm-hmm. So he extends his force, whatever that allows him to fly, around the things that he touches, almost like what are those things called whenever those things that can interact? You mess with one here, and the other one could be on the other side of the universe, and it's going to happen at the same time. What is that called?
Entangled molecules.
Yeah, the entanglement. It's the same kind of thing. Like he's just
quantum entanglement. Yeah,
he's wrapping around his quantum field around the things that he engages with, and that's how he flies, because it's an anti-gravity. But again, let's get way too scientific with this shit, because we don't need it. He's Superman. He can fly. That's all you need to know. In fact, if you put too many scientific boundaries around it, well, then you got to explain shit like how he has little Superman coming out of his ass in that one issue. Explain that.
Right. No, Mo, not like that at all.
And I don't like Wolverine's bone claws. That didn't add anything to the story. So that gave him the ability to kill his stepdad or whatever at the beginning in Origins. No, he could have done that on his own with a gun or a knife.
No. I totally agree. I loved the bone claws. Look at the way that they were delivered. Like they've got this battle with Magneto that they're doing for the 100th time. Now we're fighting Magneto again. And it's just like they've always fought Magneto. It's no big deal. And then, they're doing their thing. And Wolverine is like, all right, fuck this. And he goes up and he takes a for real fucking swipe at Magneto. And Magneto's like, hold on. I thought we were pulling our punches, just like we have always done the thousands of times we fought. Are you going to be for real with me right now? Because Wolverine is taking like an actual like fatal shot at Magneto, and he doesn't get it, but it's close enough. Magneto gets the point of what he's trying to do, and that's when Magneto's like, "All right, motherfucker," and rips all of the fucking metal out of his body because Magneto can do that. And then the result of this is when we get his bone claws. It was this mystery. It was intriguing. It was captivating. Why did they come first and the metal came on afterward? You know, was the story on that?
And that's fine.
Or did they grow into the claws? So we didn't know. It was fun.
That was cool. When all of a sudden he's after he's healed up a little bit, like the dude spent like a day healing, and then he's back in the danger room, and then he instinctively does the bone he goes for the blades, right? And then the bone claws pop out, and it's just a big bloody mess. And then they end the issue on that note. And it's like, fuck, that is a great reveal. We didn't need origins. The only reason
there didn't need to be a fucking.
The only reason origins might work is to get shit like the beginning of the Wolverine movie, where he's in Hiroshima or whatever, or Nagasaki, or wherever the hell he was, and a nuclear bomb, and he survives the blast or whatever. I actually love that movie. Yeah, I love that movie, and I like that scene. That was a really cool scene.
Is that the one where he's in the refrigerator?
No, that's Indiana Jones. No, he's in like a hole. Have you seen the Wolverine?
Yes, I'm making the joke that everybody wants to hide in a fridge for the.
Oh yeah,
the nuclear bomb.
It's like with TMNT, right? Like something happens where a little girl's carrying her like little aquarium of 4 turtles, and then suddenly there's a crash with this truck. The ooze spills out, goes down the sewers. The turtles crash in the aquarium, glass breaks, and then they go down in the sewers, and then they're covered in the ooze, right? It was just a chemical, but later on down the road, they started making it to where the ooze was actually an alien serum. And that is what actually changed the turtles into the mutants, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. At first, it was just this radioactive goo. But then it was changed later on. It was altered to be an alien serum that was used for experimentation. And
was that in the IDW, or was that in
before? That was before IDW.
Before IDW? Okay, good. Because mutagen is the thing. But there was a story about the aliens being the cause of the mutagen, which they were gonna tie into the Ninja Turtles 2. That whole laboratory, there's that big crystal in the middle of the laboratory when they're tossing that last canister of ooze. Yeah, that crystal was supposed to be Krang's like crystal technology they took from him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Krang's jizz.
Yeah, so
the epitome of
I can't remember
Shredder, you're
that
so
made the ooze or what.
Not today, Krang. I gotta get these turtles. I want your body.
Yeah.
Shredder, give me your body.
But that leads back into having to be more creative as the times progress on, right? You can't just have it stay being the same story, being the same origin. You have to change it up a little bit.
That's the thing, though. But that's the problem, is that this attempt to be more creative is simply like it's simply providing extra exposition to these things that have already been done. The most wonderful example in the whole world is when they did that to Han Solo, when they made the Han Solo movie, and they took all of these things, these little tidbits, little audio bites that we heard in all of these movies, and they turned them all into like a fleshed out storyline, and it's the biggest piece of garbage. It's actually good. It's fine on its own if you take out all the exposition crap.
If it's not Han Solo, the movie would have been fine. Yeah, and you don't need the exposition. The movie was actually not horrible if it wasn't Han Solo. The fact that Han Solo is now the father of the rebellion, it's implied, that's retarded. That's stupid.
We didn't need parsecs explained. That's a fucking meme.
Yeah.
We get it
Yeah,
now. Like, we've already made up all the own jokes. We
Nobody
didn't need your explanation.
thought about it or knew about it till like I don't remember. I remember not even shit. I was like in my 20s before somebody realized that a parsec was a measure of distance, and was like,
That's actually not bad, Mo.
What? You didn't realize in Mutant Mayhem that Krang's bodysuit was a female? You didn't notice that?
Would that be all that bad?
No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. In Mutant Mayhem, if you watch that new movie.
Oh, Mutant Mayhem? I have not seen it, but I'm not surprised.
Are you serious?
Well,
I tried to watch
it. To gender swap Krang's body outfit?
Not only did they make April O'Neil a short, fat black chick in high school.
I don't mind the black, but the short and fat thing.
When the turtles break into this, when the turtles break into this research facility or whatever you want to call it, and then the Foot Clan appear with their guns and everything because ninjas use guns now. What happens is that there is an agent-looking female that comes in, and if you look at her sunglasses are those real thin purple sunglasses.
Oh my God, you're right. I already see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
It's yellow.
Can we get a screenshot of this? Can we see what we're talking about here?
I got it right here. Yeah. Let me pull it up. Share screen, window, no audio, share. Okay. This thing. Yeah. See, I didn't see this movie, but I see it instantly when you said that. I'm like, oh, and then the big neck,
fucking blue-haired. I'm just.
You know what? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Hot take here. It is Krang we're talking about.
Yeah,
Krang is the character that's gonna go trans of all of them.
Okay, but see, this is the thing.
Shredder's his bitch, and if anyone's going like trans, blue-haired, it's gonna be Krang, dude.
Here's the thing, though, and so this is like, if you are trans, if you are a big-time member of the LGBTQ+ community, I want you to listen to me right now. This is the travesty of everything that's going on. Instead of you getting a character that is actually written for you, that has some kind of background that ties into, you, that touches on like things that involve you, we're just going to take Krang's bodysuit and do this to it.
Here,
because that is how much we're going to check a fucking box, and we're going to give you this to shut you up. That's what happened with this.
I'm going to take that up a notch and say that Seth Green hates all trans people because he's taking Krang, the villainous brain, and making it the trans character of your story.
Seth Rogen, not Seth Green.
My bad. Seth Rogen.
But also, fuck you, Seth Green.
Yeah. Seth
Even though I love Robot Chicken. And I love everything you do, dude. Austin Powers, chef's kiss, sir.
I swear.
I like this episode of Bill Maher recently. Go check that out. But Seth Rogen. So Seth Rogen hates trans people because he's taking Krang, the master villain, and making a joke out of trans people by making the body like trans people are in the wrong body, right? Well, that's Krang, the bad guy. So it's all inherent.
What the hell is going on with this screenshot?
I didn't see the movie, so I have no idea. But
like, is this the standard art of that show? This is ridiculous.
This is that movie. This is the Seth Rogen movie that was like terrible. I didn't watch it, but
whatever the hell it is, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You could throw a dart at this screenshot and hit something wrong with it.
Oh, now hold on. It depends on the context. If this is supposed to be some goofy nutcase, this could fit perfectly. But the problem is Seth Rogen's history, and we already know exactly what this is. And the fact that it's supposed to be Krang's bodysuit. Like, it's an insult to everybody. I mean, the color schemes. Let's look at this. Let's break it down. Let's get crazy with it. I like the visor. I think that pink like that 80s looking visor rocks. I love those things. I put them on
The
half my
proportions
character.
are wrong, but sure.
The neck proportions are ridiculous, but that's because
And the chin, the non-existent chin.
that's Seth Rogen making fun of trans people. So fuck you, Seth Rogen. And the color scheme, I like the yellow with the purple with that little hint of turquoise. I like
Very
that.
Mardi Gras.
It's artistic, and even that hint of blue hair up there. Aesthetically, it's appealing. What's insulting is Seth Rogen obviously pushing this shit just to send a message that all trans people are villains and they're just bodysuits for evil alien space brains that want to take over our universe. So fuck you, Seth Rogen. You can do better than that. We got to do better, bro.
Let's see. Mo Big says Zach from season 6 of the original cartoon would be the most likely to go trans. If you don't remember him, he's a character who looks like a cartoon Von Coleman. Oh shit! Poor
There's
Von.
another one. Even with the colors, like the backgrounds are a little tweaked, it
This
still
looks
kind of
like
works.
This looks like a
color's
poor
kinda cool.
CGI, like late 90s, mid 90s CGI cartoon.
I
Yeah,
don't
this-
like this one because it makes her look more manly, like her body, but her posture, the big shoulders, the legs. There's no figure at all, so it's not even like right here you can't really see the figure, but the shoulders seem to work.
Yeah,
But
this
here-
looks worse. This looks worse than
Yeah, that's a
Reboot.
dude's chest right there.
I mean, this seriously looks like that very first cartoon iteration of Starship Troopers. If you've ever seen that, like
Yeah,
like
wait a
like the
What-
cartoon
what
you'd
who?
get at the beginning of a cheap video game on PC in 1998.
Oh yeah, those AOL CDs you'd get.
Yeah, like this looks like a screenshot from the first Myst game.
Or that the Space Colony or whatever. If you ever played Space Colony, that was a fun game, but
Yeah,
it
or
had some
SimCity.
weird shit. Yeah. All right, now what Ninja Turtle character would you say should be the trans character? I got one in mind. Just because he's
well, he said Zach from season 6.
oh wait, Zach from Ninja Turtle season 6?
Yeah.
Who's Zach from Ninja Turtle season 6? Ninja Turtle
Ron Coleman.
season 6. Well, we gotta find
I'd
out.
have thought Backstreet Stockings.
Oh, that kid.
Yep.
Okay, I can see it. Hold on a second.
I definitely see the Von Coleman here.
I see the Von Coleman thing. He's the fifth. This is the first fifth turtle. Oh fuck! What was that character's name? He was the
From what?
bug, the cockroach guy, the purple
Dexter-
cockroach.
oh.
No. Not he had the yellow antennas. He had like one appearance in the cartoon as a side character, but that toy was epic. It was one of the best. It was something bug, mud bug, or Ninja Turtle.
Oh, the one they brought back for Splinter to be in love with in Mutant Mayhem.
No.
Oh.
No, different bug.
You said
That's
it's
so
different, but
racist.
it's a cockroach.
That's so racist. They had
Wait, what'd you
the
call it?
rat fall in love with the roach.
I forget what they call it, but yeah, that was not a good move on their part.
Scumbug. Bam. Scumbug.
Scumbug. There you go.
Yeah, that's a cool name, by the way. I love those turtle names.
It's much better than Mudbud or whatever the other option
Yeah.
was.
Well, that's just an added bonus when it comes to being the trans character thing.
Are you going to show us your creation, or are we hiding that?
Oh shit! I forgot about that. Hold on. Well,
Yeah.
I'm still sharing.
Oh, are you?
This is another one of those toys that had the hidden things in it because they didn't paint the actual toy. They didn't paint
Oh,
the
yeah.
cockroaches. That's the trans character right there. He's got the
Well,
thing, the antennas. All right, enough of that. Make me big. I've got. So this is that character I just designed.
hang on one second. Let me blow you up.
Scumbug. I
Yeah,
think
I absolutely
Scumbug was
fell in
in
love
that
with this
movie.
character design you made.
So I was bored,
Here we
and
go.
I was thinking one of those goblin. I saw a picture of like a cyclops shark on the internet, and I'm like, that'd make a really
Yeah.
cool character. So I was like drawing this cyborg. I'm not cyborg. He's like one of those Cyclops sharks, right?
Yeah.
And I even had enough time to make copies of it and color the copies with those acrylic markers.
Yeah.
Of course, gotta go classic Ninja Turtle toy color schemes.
I love that.
Absolutely. Hey.
Yeah, totally came up with name titles for different stories that you could do. Man. Came up with an origin. Dude, that's a moneymaker character right there.
I'm like drawing this thing. I give him the face, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make him kind of shark-like, but obviously everybody makes like a street shark, so I'm gonna make him like a Cyclops, one of those Cyclops shark things, and then I'm gonna like tweak him up. Instead of giving him actual fins, I'm gonna give him like flippers, and he's got the suit. I mean the air tanks, because he can't control water, but maybe he can shoot bubbles or some shit out of his hand. Who knows? Who cares? But he's underwater, so he's got to have the weights. And I don't know. I just had fun with it, and I'm like, this will make a badass toy.
I love the thought. I didn't even notice the weights, but you actually you nailed the way they are.
Yeah, he's got to be able to get around. He's got the flippers and the air tanks and everything, and it says a lot just without having to explain it too much. The air tanks aren't for him to breathe because he's got gills. So what are they for? Well, if you watch the hoses, they go into these little wrist things. And so maybe, who knows, maybe they shoot out little air pockets or something like Aquaman, because he doesn't have any actual superpowers, or maybe he does. I don't know.
Mo Big says give him a buddy who's a hammerhead, and they can be like Bebop and Rocksteady.
I actually imagine that as being like your central characters.
I've even got another one that I was working on today. I'm like, I need a fun hippo character. I haven't inked this in yet, but I'm like a hippo with like floaties and shit. And maybe she's like a diva at the swimming pool. And so somebody comes in and ruins her fucking pool day. So she turns into a supervillain and starts throwing water balloons at you. Who knows? She's like, and then I figured the little floaty around her waist could be like, maybe she's crazy. She's like a Karen. So maybe the floaty is talking to her, telling her they ruined your pool day. You need to get revenge on them. She's like, you don't belong in my pool. I don't know, just fun stuff like that. I'm working on a lizard guy. I've got all kinds of characters, man. Like I'm coming up with all the time. Captain Alligator or whatever. I'm not even sure what I'm going to call this guy, but that's just a quick dinosaur alligator. Yeah, so that's that.
See what?
And then when I showed you that picture, you're like, bro, here's his story. Bam, bam, bam. I'm like, that's badass. I like it, and it actually works with the story that I plan, the comic I plan on putting him in, because he won't work in all my comics, my comic ideas, but he'll definitely fit in this one. And that story that you came up with, I was like, bro, that fits perfectly in this. So
it does. It does just like it just aligns.
Yeah.
Well, not
Captain
only that.
Croc. Fuck yeah, dude. Captain Croc. I like it.
He names him Captain Alligator. Good Lord.
Well, this was like a 5 minute. Like I had 5 minutes before I had to go.
I came up with the best name for a crocodile humanoid, and nobody ever better fucking take it. I don't even know if I want to say it here on live stream because it's just so good.
Type it in the private chat.
Type it in the private chat.
I'll say if it's good enough. If it's like shit, I'll say go ahead and tell everybody. If it's too good, I'll be like, no, save that.
It's going to be damn good, and you're going to realize it.
You know, back in the day, they used to write so they'd have an artist draw a picture, and then somebody tell a story about the picture, right? And like old sci-fi magazines and newspapers.
There.
All right, that's not bad, but I feel like it could use a little tweaking.
No, dude. With the way the alligator character would look, with the way the crocodile would look, that would totally work.
The crocodile character, but instead of that, get rid of the beginning. Just call him the second part. The second part's fucking cool.
That'd be too Kevin Nashy for people out there that would know that little Easter egg. But I'm just saying, being this huge pumped up thing because all alligator characters are just macho fucking buff things. I'm telling you, have him be a roid freak, and that is the name.
All right. So I agree. They always make crocodile characters always beefed up. So I deliberately am designing a character. He's like an alligator, but he's like a dude bro or whatever. He's like scrawny. I don't know what you call that. He's got the what are those
He's a
hats?
definite Alex Ramosi fan.
Like, what are those hats that are fake, but they look like beanies or hats, but they have hair on them, but it's supposed to look like you got like that goofy, messy hair, but it's a hat. Except this guy's actually got that hair. And I'm going to make him like real lanky. I'm going to give him rollerblades, make him fucking 90s like crazy.
Yeah, I agree, Mo. I can't see your drawings if they aren't colored or inked, Peter.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. This is a fucking sketch.
You just need the light on it. It's like casting a shadow. That's why you can't see it. Yeah, it needs light.
Can you see?
That's better, but it's got there. That's better at that angle.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. This is just some idea sketching. I haven't hammered it down. Like this one, I'm redoing because I didn't like how buff he was. I thought, yeah, he's skinny, but he's not skinny enough. He's got to be cartoonishly skinny because that's how crocodiles are. They're like lanky.
Better, but I can still barely see it.
Yeah. I'll do some inks and then maybe I'll show them again. Unless they're really good. Then you got to wait.
Well, that one was really good, and I hope nobody takes it.
If they do, I'll see.
You're under the gun now.
In oblivion.
Getting back to what I started out this live stream for, the topic was, and Stanley's here, so he can speak to this too. But we were talking about just like what's keeping you from like going for your goal, like what's keeping you from letting your creative juices flow, what's keeping you from, attaining that next level, that next tier for your passion to grow. And most people are still just waiting around to decide whether or not they're going to do it. And all it is one decision. And to me, is it worth it? To me, you just need to try. Just try once. I don't care how it happens. Pick the most minuscule, the smallest path for you to make something happen in the area that you want to be in. And just see if you feel that little spark ignite. Because I've been talking to friends that, they hear that I've made comics, or I'm doing live streams, or I'm doing videos on YouTube now, even though it's been 2 months since I put one out, and coming soon. And but it's just when you actually do something that's in the circle of what you want to be part of, when you finally get in there and you just dip your toe in the water, there's no stopping you from just doing it, from just continuing to try and grow in it. And like I said, my first creative outlet, outside of school or homework or anything like that had to do with, creative classes, was doing the 7-page story in Super Abled and creating Cobalt for this first time. That's what got it going. And then when COVID happened, everything was shut down. It gave everybody a chance to get into those creative juices once again, and then just let it out and share it with other people. And now that life's happening again, and back in 2026 now, you're starting to see people start to fade away. Slowly but gradually, it's becoming smaller and smaller and depleting.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've seen that.
Now, I will say this. I'm on that point. I'm actually kind of glad that some people are fading away because they didn't bring anything to this area. They were just extracting because they were just taking away from, people who really want to support good products and products. I even hate saying that, projects. good comics, projects, people's passions. They're not products. The product would be like a sticker maybe. The comic book is like a passion. What's going on, Will? But I'm glad to see a lot of people that used to come in and make just dog shit, right? And nobody's buying it, and they're gone.
Yeah, like
But Broken 4 just launched, and I just already backed Broken 4.
I'll say it right now, the worst comic that I ever backed was called The Current Plane.
Is that the ocean one?
I shared that with you, Peter.
Is that the ocean one?
That's the ocean one.
That's the worst one I've read yet, too. I agree. That one is really bad. Like the worst. And I have it here, but I've got a big giant stack of them. We have talked about it in the past.
Yes, we have.
This is like the worst. Why did you buy that, by the way?
I was looking for comics because I just had a kid, so I was looking for comics that I could get, relatable to kids. It was cartoony artwork. It was very childish artwork, that kind of went in the same vein as, like learning books or something like that.
And then you see your child like smearing yogurt into the table, and you're like, well, shit, he's already a better artist.
Well,
it's up there. Yeah, it's like
basically. That. It probably would have helped the story too.
Fuck, man. Where was Drunk 3PO back then? Because he's making all these little children books now.
Oh, that was pretty bad too, Mo. That was pretty.
Yeah, I remember that one.
We looked at that one. Although that one had better artwork than, like, I've got a few books that I'm like, man, that's bad.
Why I'm of the mindset that art can only save the story so much.
Yeah, well, you're right. Art can only save the story so much. And then what happened to some of the books that were really good? What happened to okay, I liked The Embrace. I'm waiting for the next Embrace to come out. I don't know.
Same.
I think it needed not so much tweaking, but he was very Spider-Man oriented, and I thought,
sure,
why not make the next issue about a different superhero that you like and how this entity can adapt to other superhero abilities instead of just obviously doing just Spider-Man.
Mo wants to see The Current Plane.
All right, hold on. Let me give me a minute.
All right.
Y'all talk. I'll be right
back. What they need?
Yeah.
So while you're doing that, you know what they need? One of the big issues I see with this is the crowdfunding format.
Yeah.
Because you'll have these good artists, you'll have other artists, and you'll have all these guys who have like a half decent idea, or they have whatever they have. They have a passion, if nothing else, to do something. But even the best of them sometimes do not have the business management acumen, and that's what screws them. You have these guys who make $30,000 and they can't produce a 24-page book with $30,000. That's a business management issue. That's they don't have the logistics. They don't have all that stuff.
Right.
They have a passion. They have some things. They just don't have that. It'd be cool if they had a funding site to where you could actually do all of the project management stuff, where you're like, this is my project. I need an artist, and all the artists can see all the projects that need an artist, and they can kind of sign on to it, and they can do their part. The writer, the editor, the letter. You have all these different aspects that can be filled via the website itself, and the website itself is we will, these are your 3 tiers of pricing that we're going to allow you to sign up for. You can't just arbitrarily say that you want $1 million for your fucking comic book in order to fulfill. Your very first one, you can only say $5,000. This has to be a $5,000 comic in order to meet the requirements of the site. And you have these people who are like, well, he's on the $5,000 tier. And when it fulfills, when they go to get paid, everybody gets paid through the site. You don't have to worry about this guy managing any of the stuff. If it happens, the site does all of the management stuff.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Mo Big says another problem is a lot of these dudes make the investment without asking anyone if their character's story seems cool or interesting. And he continues.
It's cool and interesting to them in their head, and they're they're in their head. This is $1 million idea. I love my idea. This is my project. This is my thing. It's one. They don't even think about it.
like outlaw. I mean, we'll get to that in a minute. Mo Biggs also says, I already spent $5,000 on the art. I just launched my book, Tuna Man. He has the power of a tuna fish. It's not a comedy.
It's not a comedy. Yeah.
Yeah. Promoting
God.
also needs some work too.
Holy shit. That's fucking brilliant. Tuna Man, and it's not a comedy. Can you imagine?
That needs to be like the byline.
Tuna Man, not a comedy. And then make it absolutely serious. Like Tuna Man is fucking absolutely serious. That would be fucking hilarious. All right, here's the current plane. Right here.
Oh, yeah.
For starters.
The worst backing I ever made.
This looks like what is
But you
that?
see how
Like
that
a lesbian
that
octopus?
art style can be like, attractive for kids.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So that's why I got it. I was like, it's pretty decent art.
It's got its moments, but overall.
Oh, that's not even the horrible that I was expecting to see.
No. I've actually. This is digital, so it can be good at times, but there are moments that are bad. But I have actually seen worse artwork. But when you combine almost no story with very basic artwork, right? This was not a good book. Like this was, I don't know how much this book cost. And you know what? I'll say this: if this was like a $3 to $4 book plus whatever it costs to ship it, which is fair, shipping is fair. That right there, dude. What the hell is that? Look at this.
I have no idea.
Thing. I know what it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be a killer whale.
And then blam. Good for
what are we blamming?
Things. Yeah, what are we blamming? There's nothing there. So let's turn the page to see what got blamed. Oh, nothing.
Mo Biggs says, I thought of a positive comment about it. It's not a bait and switch. The interior art matches the cover.
I mean, you're not lying, dude. It's true. But Jake, just out of curiosity, how much did this book cost?
I'd have to go back and look, but I think it was only between $10 and $15, maybe.
All right, because first of all, this is a floppy. This is like a very thin floppy. It's got a thick cover.
See. It completely disappears when you put it on the y-axis.
Yeah. Other than the thick paper quality, like on the cover, it keeps it bows it right here on the edge, and that's troublesome for comic books. You don't want that. But anyways, to get off on that, not to go down that tangent, but it's got moments that are like, okay, like this is decent panels, but where are the backgrounds? Anyway, I'm not going to go too crazy on that. The problem is with crowdfunding, you tend to have to charge about $25, right? Plus shipping. So you got to make your book worth that money. And I've seen books worse than this that charged more.
Yep.
So if this was like a $10, $15 book, I hope it came with stickers and a bunch of other shit.
I don't remember.
This is not a $15 book. This is not worth $15. This is something that somebody charmed some people into actually allowing to print. And I've got a few others in mind right here next to me I could talk about.
Yep.
But I don't know if I want the shitstorm from those guys and their sensitive egos.
We're creators, man. We're all sensitive.
I mean,
that's very true. That's their
but you know what?
Their horse shit is like a passion project.
Yeah,
I get people that look at me and go, I had a student. I'm talking about producers and consumers today, and producers are plants, right? I'm teaching about producers and consumers, and then I say, so in this ecosystem here, the producers, and then the student just comes out, well, obviously you're a consumer. And I'm like, that's a good one, kid. Actually, that's pretty smart. I get that. I'll give you that. That's a good joke. So anyways, let's talk about this ecosystem because you're fat. That's why. Because you eat too much. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I eat a lot. I'm a big guy. Yeah. I ain't walking extra laps. And I'm like, you're walking extra laps. You hear me? Anyway, So
You should have asked him, what did you produce, bitch?
yeah, right. So the
What's going on, zombie?
I don't even know where I was going with that. It was relevant at the time that I.
You just had to get it off your chest. We could tell. You just needed to vent a little bit.
Was this
Fucking consumer.
But see, even though I backed that book and it wasn't good, I'm glad to see that the people took the chance to actually make something and just see if they could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's books where these guys, the sensitive egos. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah,
I'm not that sensitive, even though I had to bring it up irrelevantly just now. But you can talk shit about my artwork. It's fine. I'm not gonna fucking cry about it. Yeah, it's gonna be a blow. I'm like, damn, dude. Okay, fair enough. I'll look into these thoughts. And the problem is, if you've already put together an entire book, there's not a whole lot you can do. You can't just go redo the entire book and then re-put it out and then expect the same kind of funding, right?
Right.
We see the same thing with like the YouTube guys. I see it every freaking day where somebody's a fan of the Rad Brad or, name a YouTuber, somebody's a fan of them, and they're like, yeah. So they go, they film a video of them playing a video game, and they're like, why am I not getting the same views as Rad Brad?
Yeah, I hear that a lot too.
You're derivative at best.
Yeah. So
I know this is your passion and all, but
so there's I was in their chat. This one comic I really want to talk about. As it has a moment that's really good. The rest of the comic has one a couple pages that are really cool, but they are derivative of something else. The rest of the book is not good, and I paid $25 for this book, and they have a part 2 out, and they're complaining that they've been they hate Ethan Van Sciver and they hate Comicsgate because Comicsgate are bullies and this and that, and they're not funding their books anymore. I'm like, no, dude, your book sucked and you're an asshole. That's why you're not getting your second book funded. Right. Nobody wants it. There was only one part of it that was good, and it's not something that you can make a series out of. It is it's almost like a punchline that was good. It was a good punchline. It was a good joke, good story. But
let's see. Will Studio says, how do you guys feel about half issues? I'm pondering starting a campaign for an ash can of the first 15 pages. It would give me a chance to see how the printing process is and do a small fulfillment.
I'm fine with it.
I think that's a solid approach.
Yeah. I got Ominous.
Smart way of trying to figure things out.
Ominous was a good one. I've got the Fearsome preview book. Although the Ominous book isn't a preview book, that's a side note to what's to come. It's not even a side note of what's to come. It's like a welcome to the world of Ominous, and the next one's not going to be about that. Although one of the characters might be. Anyways, Fearsome. I've got Fearsome. That was a good preview book. I had the what other one? There was another book that I got a preview for that I had to go buy the book because
from Crowfire Studios there was Band of the Crow.
Oh, dude, that book, Band of the Crow, looked fucking amazing. That's a guy we need to stick around. I don't know where he's at these days, but where are his books? We don't need any more pencils down. We need more Band of the Crows.
Well, I'm going to say something. So if you're going to do a half issue, like you're kind of doing this as a bit of a trailer for the rest of the things that you're working on. So I think it's fantastic. I love this approach. I like that idea. It's a great way to dip your toes in, get used to it, make some mistakes on the half issue so that you can learn and do the actual full issue later on better. But because it is a trailer for the stuff you got coming up, you're going to have to put 110% into that, like put your best foot forward, make that thing shine.
I'll say this. You know how when you go to a campaign, you get a preview sometimes of a couple of pages? You're basically charging charging for a couple of extra preview pages for a eventual project. I'm not against it. I think that's kind of a cool thing to have a preview book. You can't charge $25 for it, which you need to if you're going to have a successful campaign. You charge something. So if you do, you got to have the tchotchkes and the bookmarks and stickers and all that crap to make it worthwhile. Otherwise, I don't know, Jake, what do you think? A mini ash can or something? What do you think could be the best way to handle that? that you could charge less.
I'm not a fan of ash cans. That's just me personally, because the ash cans I've gotten, I feel could have been better. If you're just putting out,
like I was saying,
if you're just putting out an ash can because you have a half-assed idea, don't fucking do it. Make sure that if you're going to do an ash can, I'm probably not going to back it, but make sure that all your ideas are fluid and in there. I don't want to see pages. I don't want to see just pages of a world where you put two people in there and then the clash takes place. I need actual story getting ready to be presented to me rather than this is my world and get ready to back my book whenever I finish it. I don't want that. Something.
Are these the first 15 pages of a what page book? A 22-page book? Are you going to do like a mini ash can? Or is this going to be like
personally,
a template?
I would expect there to be a full 24-page release after the 15, if not more.
Way more. No, that's my problem. That's what I'm saying. 15 pages, and when you back the actual campaign, you get an extra 6 pages.
There's nothing wrong with a preview book, but be ready to not be blown away by the amount you raise.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. And that means you're gonna have to finance printing a book that you're not gonna have a whole huge funding behind.
Because here's the thing, those first 15 pages could be the promotional artwork that you use when you go on people's live streams to promote.
Yeah,
which is what I was saying earlier. When you go to most of these campaigns, they have a lot of these preview pages. Right. So you're basically charging for those preview pages that are already on a campaign. So you'd be giving extra. I understand the need to want to get it like a little bit of extra cash flow coming in early on so that you can pay for whatever you need to pay for to get the ball rolling on the rest of it. But it's got to be more than a 22. If you're going to have a 15-page preview book, you cannot come back with a full campaign for a 22-page book. You just get an extra 7 pages. You know what I mean?
Also, with 15 pages, that's 3 to 4 scenes you better be able to present to me. There better be some changes in scenery and changes in character and where the story's going. You can't just be set up in one spot for 15 pages. That hurt. Chaotic Flux hurt to read because it was the same fucking area for 3 issues. It hurt my brain. It hurt my heart for backing it.
I'm trying to think of a book that got me like that. Like there were books that I was really worried about backing, like Creepsters, because everybody hated. Was it Nasser? Is that his name? Kick Nasser, right? That's what
I'll give a book a fucking chance if it looks good.
Creepsters actually was fine, except that there were some pages where there was too much packed into a single page. But I will say this. That didn't matter. The book was thick as fuck, and it was an interesting story. It was fun. I could see that turning into a major franchise. I could see that actually turning into a bigger franchise. So fuck Nasser, whatever. That was a decent book.
That's a good point. He says there are probably cheaper ways to build hype, but you can treat it as a way to prove you will fulfill a campaign.
That's true.
Yeah, it's not just about building hype. That's just one. Like there's these different. I fucking hate the word pillars. But there's pillars to the whole thing where it's like one of them is that you're building hype. One of them is that you get the experience for like going through a whole campaign. One of them is that you now have a campaign under your belt. Like,
well, yeah, there's a lot of things you got to prove. And this is the Wild West, man. Like crowdfunding, getting books funded, people supporting you.
Look at it this way. Like how much are you going to pay? Or are you going to have people pay for your $15 ash can? Are you doing $15? Well, I'll just wait to pay the extra $5 for whatever 48 or 100-page book that you put out.
Or if you have extra specific tchotchkes or whatever, like the extra add-ons or stretch goals. Sure. And then keep in mind, 6 years ago, it was different because people were getting funded for literally easy peasy. Everyone had this extra cash flow coming in. People were getting funded. Now people are actually spending hard-earned money that they could use on almost anything else that they probably should on almost anything else. And they're dedicating it to you. So you got to make it worthwhile. You got to really earn it now. what is he saying? Brian, Dwarf vs. Lions guy, did a campaign preview page for a Creepsters parody book called Coomsters.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, I didn't remember hearing about that, but that's funny. I was a little pissed that we didn't get a sec. General Piggy, what's going on, man?
General is here.
Yeah, you got to salute the general. Thank you for all your service. But yeah, Creepsters. Where's part 2, man? I've been waiting for it. That's the thing that pisses me off when a book comes in and you get hyped up for it, and then you never get the conclusion. Another one was what was the Kyle Ritter book? The Soul Blades or something? What was that book called? It was,
I remember that one.
Kyle Ritter's book that was pretty good looking. I wanted to see more of it. Yeah. We're never going to get a part 2. The whole part 1 was a build up to we got the team together. Let's go, boys. And that was it. It's over. We're never going to get another.
Yeah. I was going to say, in addition to what you're saying there, is you're talking about how we never got it. You see these things take a while and stuff. If you're going to put out like that 15-page issue as kind of a test, I would also try to speed run that, where that thing should come out pretty fast. You don't want people waiting 2 or 3 years for the 15-page.
Yeah,
I kind of like Starblades too, and the fact that we're never going to see a part 2 to that kind of pisses me off, because people who backed that book because they believed in Kyle Ritter, they believed in the artwork, they got ripped off. That was not a solid, genuine passion, because he never finished it.
Yeah. Brian, the Dwarves vs. Lion guy, did a campaign preview page for the Creepsters parody book called Coomsters. I came up with the tagline, "One enters the womb, the rest will meet their doom." There you go, Mo. There you go. No gatekeeping here.
That's a Dark Horse comic if I ever heard
of. But no, like when it comes to ash cans, I couldn't care less. I want the full book.
I got one. That's a good one.
Like when I backed Crowfire Studios' Band of the Crow, it was still a floppy book. Like it felt like a single issue, a full single issue. The story was flowing very well. Like you can't mess up. Aardvark can't mess up, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. The art was beautiful, stunning colors, stunning line art, and that was a good ash can, because later on he came out with 48, 64 pages, somewhere in there, and that's fine. If you want to do like 20 pages for an ash can, that's basically a single issue. Yeah, go ahead and do that. But 15 pages for $15 or $20, absolutely not. You'll never see me back it.
And you probably want to add, if you are going to charge something like that, put something to make it worthwhile. Put something extra in there. Make something cool.
Most important when it comes to your stories, making your comics and everything, is you need an editor that is not your fucking friend.
You know what? Yeah, you're right about that. I'm going to take back, if it's a preview book, do you need the extras, the stretch goals? It's a preview book. You don't need the big campaign for a preview book. So tchotchkes and add-ons, extras and all that,
right?
That might be too much for a preview book. So you're going to have to...
You need to have something...
Ride or die.
You need to have something on there, even if it's just a sticker or something like that, because one of the goals is to learn that whole experience, and you don't want to learn, like the tchotchkes and everything, the additional stuff. Don't wait until the next one to figure that out, because there's going to be additional headaches with it. You have to have something on that first trial run kind of a thing, just to learn it, just to experience.
All right, I've got one and an idea to go with it as a stretch goal that's worth it. Imagine Reaper Destroyer. Now, in my opinion, Reaper Destroyer is on its way to be a big hit, right? Like, I think Reaper Destroyer is a badass looking book. The first book was awesome. Now, if you remember, he did do a preview book for that. He launched a little ash can of it. Now, keeping in mind that I think it's going to be a big hit. What if that first preview campaign had a one-of-a-kind stretch goal preview book card, trading card that you can only get ever if you back that preview book? And then once that campaign goes crazy, only the people that backed it have that card.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You can
I
do
agree.
that.
Something special.
Something
You can do
special.
that. But that is not enough for me as an individual to back a preview work.
It's hard because you don't know if it's going to be great. But it is something, because if you actually have the actual campaign, well, that's when you add 3 or 4 or 5 more cards in the campaign. And you're like, if y'all back that preview, then you got the, you know what I'm saying?
That's the only time you got to number them.
Nobody
got cards
it but you
1, 2, and that's the only way you can get card number 1.
You got that 1 or 2? You got the full ash can? Damn, dude, I'm jealous. I really wanted that full ash can. It looked.
To be fair, Mo
awesome.
Biggs deserves it because it's Mo Biggs.
In fact,
he's
the
everywhere.
only other person I would say is General Piggy that probably deserves the other one.
Oh, 100%. Him and Piggy. Mo shows up in all the chats, and General Piggy, I don't even ask, and he'll randomly like share my shit out once in a while, just when he's like, "Oh, Tail End Studio did something. There we go. Let's give a like and a share."
After fucking Ass Flash fucking ditched the Comicsgate room, Piggy's the one that picked it up. He's the one that kept that ball rolling. He got the new Comicsgate room going almost like on the fly within a day or two.
And he's got his own channel now, Phil Lurch, which is entertaining.
Oh, that's his channel? I thought that was his channel.
Yeah, that's Piggy.
I subscribed to it because I was like, that's got to be him with all the diagram or what are those things called? The diaphragm, dioramas, not diaphragm.
That's why he's a general and Zayd is just a colonel. I swear.
Hey, Zombie was saying the other day, not the other day, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Where's the God damn it? Where's the
diaphragm?
No, let me pull it up. It's been a long week. Sorry, everybody. I started this week off after just having had my tooth pulled, and then I got sick, and then we have testing, so my brain is like dog shit right now. I'm gonna actually read his message and say it's where you bring a bunch of guests on. Where you're like the guests. What is that?
An open mic?
An open mic. He wants to get
on the open mic. You were way off. You were way off with that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can tell. My voice is shot too. I've been like fucking.
I enjoy doing open mic nights, and I would do them again. I would love doing another open mic night, but people need to show up in order for me to like do an open mic, because
we might need to plan one.
Just having to show my own shit, and I don't like doing that on my own channel.
Why?
It feels weird.
Everybody go hit up Jake and say you want to be on the next open mic, and we'll get something going on Jake's channel.
We'll I've got the fucking banners ready to go, man. I've been waiting.
Yeah, the last time we streamed on my channel, I had like 20 students come up and say, "Hey, I saw your video," and I was like, "Oh God,
yeah,
did I say anything? Did I say anything bad in that video? Like, why are you cool? Why are you cool like that in class? All you do is yell at us." I'm like, "Cause y'all are,
because you guys suck.
You piss me off all day.
You're awful. It's because you're just terrible.
You're so, yeah.
You're just awful."
Did you like it? Did you hit the like button and subscribe?
Don't
subscribe. I don't want your subscription. Just hit the like button. That'll work. Share it with not your friends, but I don't know, your parents.
No, I wouldn't even do that. No like button. Just hit the dislike button. That'll do me a bigger favor. Hit the dislike button. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a better one. Yeah.
Have a good day.
When are you gonna do a draw stream, Mr. Orchard? That's what they keep saying. When are you gonna draw? You want to see a draw stream? This kid watched my how to draw Baby Yoda video, and he's like, I tried watching that video, and I still don't know how to draw Baby Yoda. You went too fast. And I was like, did I title that as a how-to? I don't remember. I'm gonna do draw streams or how to draw videos that are just like impossible to draw based off.
Oh my God, I would love
be that. Dickhead, where I would love
that.
How to draw Baby Yoda.
Have you ever seen How to Basic? Are you familiar with the How to Basic YouTube channel?
I've seen.
You need to do that, but art.
Yeah, that's funny. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
we gotta do open mic.
I love doing them.
We should do one. We should get another one going. Is anybody doing anything nowadays? Let me take a look. Who we got funding? I've just recently backed a couple books for the first time in a while. The Aaron Lepresti's book, and I backed Broken 4. Broken 4 gets me excited to draw on shit. When I start looking at Broken, man, Kenneth Rokenfort's art was.
I'll be honest. The last book I backed was SWAT Cats off Kickstarter. I haven't backed another book since.
Did that come in?
Not yet. They're still making it, man.
Did I back Mary Boys? I don't know if I backed Mary Boys. Oh, it's only got 1 day left. Hold on. Oh, did I not back Mary Boys?
I was actually very upset that I did not back Shadowpunk 2, and it did not fulfill.
I've got 1 day, 16 hours left if I have not already backed it. 4 hours. Oh, the goal was reached in 4 hours, 4 minutes, so it's coming. 1 day left to back Mary Boys. I got to double check, otherwise I can't afford to back a book twice.
Let's see. The dislike button being equal in the algorithm to the like button is one of the most retarded decisions YouTube ever made.
The thing about that is that when they did it, they thought the intention was that it's viewer facing. It has nothing to do with the creator. It doesn't affect the creator at all. Their idea was if you hit like, we'll show you more of this guy's stuff. And if you hit dislike, then we'll just show you less of their stuff. You're obviously not liking it. But then everyone and their mother took it as a sign of it's a good video or it's a bad video, which is not what that is. And the communication on that was not accomplished.
Why is everything in fucking English? I want American prices, damn it.
Last project I backed was the Kolchak, the Night Stalker figure. I think the last comic I backed was the Chinu 2.
How do you change the currency to American currency? 50
You run a successful country. Burn you, England.
What's the E50 mean? It used to be E55. Lowest price in the last 30 days.
That just means 50 euros, so you're paying like $55-$60.
For Mary Boys, 3 books, the Lager tier. What comes to the Lager tier? More info. What do we get? This product consists of Mary Boys, #1 comic, the PDF, the sketch cover, the print set, and the stitched up variant. And I don't want that. That's not what I want. I want the catch-up tier. Where's that? I want the...
I tell you what, that's one of those comics. They need to have those little circle pins, and they need those sewn patches that you can iron on.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
What
do ketchup?
What do you mean here, Mo? I'm going back through the chat and looking at things. He says names. Not for the sake of embarrassing.
Probably when I was talking about that book.
It was.
Jupiter's one of them. Jupiter was one of the books that I was excited because of Captain Klein bottle. Looked really good. The artwork looked really good.
Right.
I backed that book, and I'm not saying it was not a small book. It had a lot of story and a lot of stuff in it. It was an anthology, but I wasn't impressed with anything else in that book other than Captain Klein bottle. Klein bottle was a Steve Ditko looking Jack Kirby. It was like Jack Kirby. Yeah. The rest of that was one of them, was the Jupiter book. And now he's got Jupiter 2 coming out. You literally should have just made Captain Klein bottle, because the rest of it was kind of weird, like hippie shit. It wasn't interesting. And I talked to them with Algius on the Farm on their live stream. I was giving them shit for something, and I didn't realize I was talking to the Jupiter guy. And then when I was talking to them, because they were mentioning that's right. They were talking shit about Godlike. I like Godlike. Right. And so I was in their chat arguing with them. And Algius on the Farm was telling me I need to go back and watch his 2-hour critique of Godlike. I'm like, I don't need to. You need to reread it and then get educated, because that book's pretty good. And so, yeah, anyways, it turned into a big debacle. And
speaking of people that disappeared and need to come back, whatever happened to Adam Miller? Remember his artwork?
Oh, yeah. I remember Adam Miller.
Like, I haven't even opened this book up, but I think I'm going to right now.
No,
Man, just like on the flow, like he wasn't even thinking about it.
Like, his art was so good, and it was all over the place. I don't know what happened to him, but the art of Adam Miller for the Iron Age icons. So this is when we were all calling ourselves Iron Age and whatnot. And I mean, I still will. But look at these covers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are beautiful.
Yeah, he did some great artwork for those. Those are those trading cards.
Oh yeah. There's his one for Reaper Destroyer.
Yeah. This is the kind of primo work we need more of.
Yeah.
Except that he shouldn't have done the Iron Age shit. Like, stick with Comicsgate, man.
U.S. Assassin, and I forget what the other one was.
Snake Man. No, wait, that's Step on Snake or whatever. What is that? The Gadsden flag, except in reverse. Reverse Gadsden, man.
I don't see why he would have fallen off just for trying to make it an Iron Age thing, but I thought it was pretty cool. It's like, I remember when Tank Fair was making that huge collage of different, like, indie characters and whatnot. And I don't know if he's still working on that or not. Oh, yeah. I remember this one.
Yeah. That pissed me off.
Yeah.
What a fucking letdown that was.
I didn't make more than $50,000. I'm out of here.
I saw some of the most incredible looking artwork in that campaign, and then to find out that it was all bullshit. The artwork was bullshit.
Yeah.
The fucking campaign was bullshit. Obviously, like the Wolverine claws just kind of suck, but it was a cool looking character.
They're like lightsaber Wolverine claws. That's
yeah.
I'm sure that's not been done.
I've seen that before.
King
Cryptid, which there's a whole. So when is somebody going to talk about that shit? King Cryptid, not King Cryptid, is awesome, but the alternative debacle that's going on right now.
Yeah, I've been hearing about it in back rooms, and I don't care to partake in it.
I don't even know if I want to know the truth.
The whole story. When is that shit actually going to come out?
I'm kind of waiting on that one. That's one I'm like, when are we getting the? I'm still waiting. I'm excited.
Monster MD.
Jack the Ripper. That's Jack the Ripper, right?
Yeah.
That one, they just launched a new Jack the Ripper book.
I forget what this one's from. There's your bisexual lighting there.
That is Magic Cop.
He does look like an influencer.
Yeah, he's got the bisexual lighting.
Like, I don't care if you try to make it an Iron Age thing or not. Just being able to see all these characters together, like from the Lucent, from Perfect 10.
Yeah, I love seeing all those characters.
And
it's kind of weird looking at them because some of them have gone so far from.
Oh yeah, there's
from the pack.
I forgot what his name is. Not the Buckler. I don't think it's the Buckler. I think it's something else. But
he looks. Where's Pigman?
And then there's that one.
Wait a minute, hold on.
No, it's not.
Who's that guy? Because that looks like a lot of different characters. That one. Oh, that's from Dark? No, that's from the Boots and Heels, right? Is that Boots and Heels?
I'm not sure.
It would have been nice to have that title on the page.
Yeah. Oh, there's Swarm. I wonder whatever happened to that one. I forget what happened to Swarm. That was an interesting looking character. There's Tiger Blue and Embrace.
Oh yeah.
I forget the creator's name of Tiger Blue, but is he still around?
That's what the fuck is his name? Mark Fowler. Matt Fowler.
Matt Fowler.
Matt Fowler.
Yeah.
He's around, but not in the vicinity of.
And then there's Michael Odin's Embrace.
Yeah, I was just looking at that when I was pulling up that other comic book.
Yeah. And then these ones are too dark. This is a Mermaid or Merkmaid, whatever you want to call her.
Still waiting on that one. I was super pumped to back that book. Still waiting on it.
Man, I remember talking about that one.
Smokes the Fox. Yeah. I mean, I loved his artwork. It was so good. There's Ghost from Rob Arnold's, what do you call it? The Replicator. And
I remember why I couldn't back the
character.
I'm going to have a hard time backing books in the future on Indiegogo because of the delayed charge. They say, we need your pledge, and then you will be charged at a later random date. I cannot do that.
Shit.
That's Kickstarter shit, but if I don't have, I have the money now. If you can't take the money from me now, I can't give it to you with the promise of possibly having it later.
Oh.
Like it's in my finances right now.
There's Telepathic Bunny's character. There's Six Gun Gorilla. Yeah, Ironside. That was what do you call it? Telepathic Bunny's comic, Ironside. Yeah.
Oh, Piggy just said Merkmaid put out an update the other day. It looks like maybe a June fulfillment. I'll take that. I'm excited for that book.
There's Chrome Dog, and then another character that I don't.
Chrome Dog. I remember Chrome Dog. Yeah. And then that's the guy from
Omega Red.
No. That Image comic book. The dude with the he was like the Gambit version, the Image Gambit character.
Oh yeah. There's Egg Beater, and then there's
when did Egg Beater come out?
There's Shotgun Samurai.
Did Egg Beater ever come out?
In the alley before Egg Beater, and it pisses me off.
Did you back Egg Beater?
Yeah, I backed Egg Beater.
Why?
It's because I got along with Allie. I didn't have any problems with her. And then there's Shotgun Samurai.
Okay. Still getting updates. Fair enough. If she's keeping updates and everything, I'll give her that.
What was Shotgun Samurai? I forget the creator's name, but he was a cool guy. Hung out with him a couple times on Dojo's channel, on B Rose's channel.
For which one?
Shotgun Samurai.
I remember talking about Shotgun Samurai. We had a lot of guests on. I can't remember.
And then there's this awesome character.
I remember seeing that one. Did his hand like have fucking robotics or some gay shit like
that? Yeah, that does look badass.
No, that's a fucking cool character, man. I love your books are good.
Appreciate it. But yeah. I forgot who this Reg Sonja wannabe was. Maybe that was Reg Sonja.
Reg Sonja?
That's what it looks like. I don't know what the fuck they called that female character.
Sonya? Like Sonya Blade?
Felt like it.
Yeah, I don't remember her.
Yeah, I forget. I've seen too many characters that try to look the exact same as Reg Sonja, and
that's the problem that I've had a problem with a lot of those kind of characters where they're just obvious copies.
I forget who these two are.
Hold on a minute. The one on the left.
Isn't that Super Heroineberg or something like that? Heroineberg?
Fuck, dude. You know what? I don't know. It kind of looked familiar, but now I'm thinking it reminds me of some Marvel characters.
Yes, the Quaff. Thank you, General Piggy of Shotgun Samurai. It was the Quaff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember his real name, and I completely forgot. These two characters, I think that's supposed to be Testament, and then I don't know who it is on the other side.
Wait, that's from Ominous, right? The one on the left?
No, that's not. Is that from Ominous? Maybe it is.
That looks like the one from Ominous.
That's more Ominous. Yeah, you're right. And then I don't know who that guy was.
Where's fucking Polar Destroyer in here?
I know, dude. More people need to get on Polar Destroyer.
Yeah, that's a fun book.
Yeah, that was all of them. Oh man, he even did the
You
sketch.
even got a
up in the
fucking
back.
sketch page. Hell yeah.
Dude. I didn't expect to get the last fucking page in the book. That's
nice.
all right. Yeah. I didn't expect that.
And you would never have known if you hadn't cracked it open out of the plastic.
Not cracked it open, right?
Yeah, that's why you got to crack your books open, folks. Take them out of their cages. All those CG graded books, fuck that. Free the books. I'm gonna do hashtag
Shinobi Sasquatch. You're right. Yeah. You're right. That was Shinobi Sasquatch. Where's AR-15 orangutan? Doesn't get enough love.
Well, Black Flag, I'm waiting on that one too. Did they have a page in there?
Of course not.
You're talking about the orangutan. What's with monkeys and werewolves? Like when I first got into comics, everybody had a monkey and a werewolf. Everybody had werewolf characters.
I backed Sovereign Werewolf, and I actually enjoyed that one. It was simplistic, but it was still cool. Like the different native tribes could change into these different, humanoid animals and whatnot. And Sovereign Werewolf, he was a descendant of that tribe that could turn into them. But there were other ones that turned into jackals or
whatever. They're all monkeys.
Monkeys have tails. Orangutans aren't monkeys.
They're all fucking monkeys.
Because they weren't good at maintaining their tail.
Tomato, fucking monkey, tomato.
See, that's the thing. Nudity is for smut that can't sell a real story. That's
bullshit.
That's the only
I
reason
disagrey.
nudity is in anything.
Bolt Action is a good book. And nudity enhances the story.
No,
it enhances the story.
It makes it more entertaining if you're trying to get through garbage.
Now imagine, Jake, you say less is more, but imagine how much more would be.
No, you're not going to sell me on that.
You realize the Quartering just made that exact same argument. Like he was actually the talk of the town for about an hour.
Oh, I heard about that. I heard that he was
better things to watch than the Quartering. Okay?
I heard his views were down, so he's
I didn't watch it. I saw the title and thumbnail. That was it. That's all I needed.
I saw
the Quartering is retarded.
The clip channel's posting about it, and I'm like, there he goes. His numbers are down. He's gonna start bitching on Twitter again.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Look at Stanley looking down on AR over not having a tail when he himself has less of a tail than tailless.
I'm just saying orangutans would probably have more tails if they practiced a little self-maintenance.
Yeah.
Tailless was good.
The UK Bargain Bin show. What happened to them? What happened to Ariel Black and all them?
What happened to Tailless? The book.
I've got a copy.
I got that copy that you sent me because that was before. Right. That was like old school. That was before.
That was early. That was early indie.
When I first jumped into Comics Gate, I want to say that book had already been done. Like it was already.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I like that book too. Actually, we read that as a family, and you're talking about nudity. That book has nudity in it. And it was kind of funny because we did the family trip down to South Texas, and everybody knows if you live in Texas, it takes a whole day to get down from one part of Texas to the other. So we read that book on the way down as like a family. My wife was reading it, and then showing the picture. It was funny.
She's reading it while you're driving, and then like reaching around, showing everybody in the back seat the pictures. Yeah. Oh, here's the nude scene, and
they're demons. They're nude demons.
That's different.
Yeah,
the problem with Tailless was he called the character Tailless with the intention of him being the only being in the universe without a tail, then didn't give anyone else tails. That'll do it.
That's kind of funny, though.
It's like calling your character human.
Yeah, the human. Hey, that's actually pretty smart. We should do that.
That's actually kind of funny. Like thinking about it, they did the same thing in Waterworld. Kevin Costner's character is called the Mariner, but they're all mariners. It's the water world.
Yeah. But he's a mutant.
Yeah. Tear in the Trenches 2. Don't forget to go back that one if you haven't. Tear in the Trenches was good. That was fun.
Yeah,
that was.
I'm glad to see him making another book.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about everybody's backhandedness or two-faced comments to each other. I don't care about that shit. I just want a good story.
I think it's
and
funny.
I want to get to know you. If I get,
what are they talking about?
No, there's always drama.
He makes some comments that others don't agree with and everything, and then it becomes a big, huge fire on Twitter.
Well, hold on. What was that about? Because I did hear his name, but I don't know what happened.
I don't know what it was about because I don't get into it.
Well, you used to, Jake. You used to be my source of the tea.
I'll give you the tea when we're alone, but I'm not going to come out here and spout on it and act like it's going to bring people over to the channel.
He's a behind your back kind of guy.
Well, I'm going to take the one that's going to get me more clicks and views. I'll take their side.
Here's Mo Biggs. The only thing I care about is everyone being kind to each other. That's why I chose the example. I'm only ever offering kind words, but some of these fucking retards do not get them.
Here's to that.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, shit. But yeah, I really enjoy it when I see people coming out here trying to just, get into it for the first time, having their first launch, having their first live stream, having their first launch party. I loved seeing that. That's why I went to Michael Bancroft's channel a lot, was just to watch people get ready to hype up somebody else launching.
Right.
And I don't remember the last time Bancroft did a launch. I think it's been a while. I'm not sure. Mo, you'd have to correct me on that one. But I miss launch parties. I miss people getting together to see books launch. And there is a thing that when somebody just comes around to launch a book, like I'm guilty of doing that. Like I haven't been to Bancroft's channel in a long time. I still like Bancroft. I like what he does for the community and everything. But yeah, it does come to a thing where you're trying to make your own channel and make your own streams and make your own
I do have
make your own audience, and that takes away from being able to go over to other people's channels and hang out. Like I love having Ben Soto over here. I love having Jeremy over here. I like having people come on and interact and whatnot, but it gets difficult doing that when you're trying to create your own product and trying to make your own audience at the same time. Bancroft does it great though. Somehow he's able to have everybody on there all the time. It's nuts. I'm doing something wrong, obviously.
First issues are always great, right? Getting your first issue launched and being successful is great. But you know what's really even more awesome? When they're still cranking out books. Now I know this guy, I know he's not with the Alterna anymore, but the Wolf and Batsy series, dude. To be able to go back several times later to get the Wolf and Batsy books, you know what I mean? Now these are doubles. It's like I got doubles of some of these, but
sure.
Like these that's fucking awesome to have like over 10 books and still go back for more,
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep that going. Don't just make it issue 1. Oh, the last one was Core Draft. That's another one that's fucking awesome. So first issues are great. But it's, issue 8, 9, and 10 that it's like that's where you're good at that point. You're golden. Yeah. I'm like a fan at that point. If you're still going after that many books, and a lot of
that should be a goal.
Yeah,
like that's something that's the short-sighted thing that a lot of people who jump into a lot of these creative endeavors do, is that they don't have that long-term vision, that long-term goal. They have an idea, and they put so much energy, like everything they got into accomplishing that one. Whether or not they accomplish it, I don't know. But say they accomplished that one, it's like they went through so many hurdles to get to that point. Just getting the second issue out is like they remember the trials and tribulations that got them there. They know the work that has to go into. They're putting in all this work, and just the thought of like, I have to do this to an issue 10. Like nobody has that original plan of like, This is just the starting line of the journey.
Yeah, and King Cryptid is another one. I'm waiting on those last 4 issues that he closed crowdfunding for, but I can't wait to get those issues. Legends of Log, they're not over Alterna anymore either, but I want to see if that's one of those series that if he came out with an issue 5, I'd find him. If I heard about it, I'd go back it. But I never see them do anything or post anything. As far as I know, Legends of Log is done. But I'm excited if there'd be another one because I love the artwork. I love the stories. They're fun. It's just fun. It's innocent. It's like cool, medieval shit. That's just fun. It's a log that kills monsters with an axe. That's it. I'm a simple person.
Right.
And I just need a werewolf and like a sexy vampire chick, right?
I'm a simple person.
And I'm done. These are great, dude. The Wolf and Batsy books are so good.
All kids love log.
Yeah.
You can't have that book and not have that theme song exactly come to your head. It's better than great. It's good.
Yeah. And I did find the
100%.
Reaper Destroyer Ashcan preview book. I think I got it with the actual Reaper Destroyer campaign though. So this isn't like one of the golden goose egg ones, but it's pretty cool. I love these little mini Ashcans.
Yeah. But
so what are we excited for?
And
what books are we excited for? Who do you think you scared off?
I hope I didn't scare off Will Studios and Zombie Boy with my bashing of,
nudity,
preview books, ash cans. My bad.
Oh no!
But yeah,
they probably just got bored and left.
That you should be looking forward to.
I am like, I would dearly, anybody watching this right now, like after the fact, if this is no longer live, leave a comment down below. Let us know. What's the more offensive stance that Jake took tonight? Was it his stance about not liking the original, like the first issue book, or was it his stance on there should be no nudity?
Probably the no nudity one.
I would think that was the one that got to me. I've got a little flaming bag of poo waiting for your porch right now.
But yeah, check out Brother Kit Prospect over on Indiegogo. The link is in the chat. This is going to be a fun one. It does take place in the same universe as Cobalt, but it's about 30 or 40 years ahead of Cobalt. So more technology, more gadgetry, more sciencey stuff up in Atlanta, Georgia. Right after this one, Cobalt 3 will be coming around the corner. This one's ready. This one's ready to launch pretty damn soon. I've been waiting on this one for a while.
Yeah, like this one looks cool, man.
Like it's been 2 years since I first got the cover art done by Elliot Rodriguez, and then it's been a year that I've just been trying to pass it around and get it done. And yeah.
What's the progress?
Progress is as is. I've got 25 pages, line art and colors done. It's going to be over a 68-page book. It's going to be my first actual big thick motherfucker. This one's going to be fun. This one is more all aged, appropriate, but I mean everybody reads Spider-Man, everybody reads X-Men, so it's going to be in that kind of wheelhouse. It's not going to be something that's just for little kids. There's going to be a lot going on in this book. Both adult and kids will have fun with this one. And yeah, Brother Kit Prospect, man. Go check it out. I need to go.
If this takes off, will there be a prequel called Kid Brother Kit?
No. No. Now, there might be some origin stories I put in the back of the book if I make enough on it and everything, kind of like I did with Kobold issue 1 and issue 2, where I put the origin stories of different characters that I have in the back of the book. I do that again with this one if we make it and get to a good stretch goal. But yeah, Brother Kit, it's a redux of the old Brer Rabbit stories given to us by Joel Chandler Harris. Just putting some new skin, some new colors, and some new life into these old stories. And I think I nailed something pretty fun that everybody's going to enjoy. And of course, the very first story that we tackle is the most famous story from the Brer Rabbit series, which is the Tar Baby. So yeah, we're definitely going to be getting that one out of the way. Kid, Brother Kit? No, because Kit is child. Kit is baby fox or baby rabbit. A Kit is the kid. What we got going on?
I'm very interested in seeing how you tackle Tar Baby.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. But Monster MD had an origin extra story at the end of it that was actually even better than the book itself. Damn, that's crazy. I didn't back Monster MD. I heard it was really good though.
Yeah, I heard Monster MD was pretty good.
But yeah, man. It's
So what are we looking forward to?
You can trust me to fulfill. Well, we are looking forward to Brother Kit. But I am looking forward to SWAT Cats because that's the latest one that I backed. And then, with those ones that do make it to like issue 6 or issue 10, perfect 10, looking at you, buddy. Yeah, I have high hope. I look forward to a lot of them. I just need to know when they're actually active. Like I said earlier, I was very upset that I didn't back Shadowpunk 2 and it didn't even fulfill. I was very upset with that when it was over on Fun My Comic, where everybody's supposed to be going to get these comics. Shadowpunk 1 was very much a good book. It had some technical issues with, art or dialogue, some, what do you call it? Not miscalculations, but when words are missing letters and stuff like that. God damn, why can't my brain work right now?
I feel the same way. Like, we're talking about things we're looking forward to. I haven't heard any updates from any of you guys on Meat Sticks. I'm very curious to hear where that one's
actually,
at.
I haven't heard from him either.
Too, right. No, he hasn't been posting much. But let's go to his Facebook page real quick, see what the latest is that he's put out. Because I think he put out like another commercial page, kind of like Meat Sticks. Hang on.
He also puts out a lot of artwork, not just the comic book stuff.
You have to be careful with those smooth talkers like Shadowpunk. Let's see. It's Jeremy Harvey that I'm looking for.
See, okay, I'm looking at Indiegogo right now, and to anybody who's putting anything on Indiegogo right now, I was all gung-ho about Indiegogo. With their new format, sorry, I will not back a comic, and it has nothing to do with your comic book. Even if I want to back it really bad, like Mary Boys, I want to back it. I can't back Indiegogo,
Peter,
because I can't back it. I can't pledge to have money in a couple of months when I may or may not have the money. I'll probably have the money, but
is the amount of money like guaranteed? I thought one of the issues on that too was that they weren't sure what the amount would be. Like, you pledged 20, but it might be 22.
Well, there's shipping. There's no shipping charges on there, so that's going to be plus whatever the shipping ends up being
at that time.
I'm like, okay, so if I get a $40 book and then I might get charged an extra $15, $20 for shipping, I should have somewhere between $40 to $60 readily available in my bank for at any random time, which shouldn't be that big a deal. But unless I have a bad day or gas prices keep going up.
Kickstarter is the same way, though, unless they change it. I agree.
So I can't back unless it's on Fund My Comic or somebody that's not doing that shit. I don't like Kickstarter either. I've only backed like one book on Kickstarter ever. And I don't even know if that book.
Yeah, he's working on Pitter Patter too.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be funny.
And where's our page definitely being worked on? Oh, it's somewhere down farther in his.
Ours is done.
Feed.
Yeah, he did ours. It's gonna be great. That book is gonna be so funny, man.
The only book I ever backed on KS was Band of the Crow. Well, shame on you. There's some good books over there.
I am looking forward to Shane Davis's new crowdfunding site. I'm curious to see how that turns out. He just launched a crowdfunding site. I haven't checked it out yet because I don't even know if there's anything on there.
I don't give a shit either way, man.
I can't play these wishy-washy games. Take my money, hang on to it, do your shit. Either fulfill or don't fulfill. But none of this like super killer shipping charge. If you want the book, then you have to let me know. I already backed the book. He gave me a PDF. Now I'm supposed to let him know once he eventually gets around to making the book. I'm supposed to let him know, yeah, I'd like to give you extra money to ship it to me now. Like, that's some bullshit. You should ship me the book if I back the book.
Yeah, not only that, from a business perspective, like business 101, secure the bag. You get the money. If you have confidence in your product and the thing that you're selling, you get the money, and then you fulfill on the thing that you've advertised that you do. And even if it is something where somebody hands you money and it's a project that is going to be delivered a year from now, that is a year of interest you get on the money that you collected. And you talk like a large portion of your profit. If you're talking about something where you're holding on to somebody else's money for a year, a significant portion of your profit should come from the interest that you make on the money that you're holding for these people.
So when I backed Super Killer, it didn't have a shipping charge. It said you'll be charged later for shipping. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fair. He'll notify me, and then I'll just pay the whatever shipping. That way it's like specific shipping. I'm fine with that, whatever. But then the book never came out, and then eventually he sent out the PDF and said, I'm done. It's like, whoa. That's not the deal. That's not the deal we had. So if he does a part 2, I'm not likely. I like that book. I thought it was a cool idea. It's going to have to really fucking knock my socks off for me to go through any more shady bullshit. Like, if I fucking give you money, are you going to like later tell me that I just get the PDF? Are you going to later ask me if I want to pay extra for shipping? Why don't you just charge shipping? Like, what happened to all the money? Why didn't you print the book with all the money that you made off of that thing? Like, what are these questions? Why aren't we answering these questions? The fact that they're not getting answered is questionable in itself.
If they have an issue like that, they shouldn't be allowed to do a second one.
With as much as people like come into the circuit to try and like get their books funded and everything and show that they can like, do the work and everything, there is a very much a lacking of actual professionalism within the actual like backing creator campaign.
Yeah.
Debacle.
And I don't hate veto or anything. I just, you know what? Shoot straight, man. Be a straight shooter. Don't fucking play stupid games with people's money who are building you a livelihood,
Did you ever consider that he was going to print the book, but then found a really rare Charizard card?
Thank you. That is excellently put, because that's exactly what fucking happened. He took all the backing money, paid for whatever he needed to get it done, and then spent the rest on a Charizard card, thinking he's going to double his profit in 30 years. It's bullshit. So I'm probably not going to back a second book. As much as I want to, the book was good.
I wouldn't even say
he's redoing the colors now, but
back him again.
But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go
down there. He shouldn't be allowed to do a second one.
Let him do.
There should be some kind of thing on that.
What does that mean? He's not allowed to do another one. He can do as many as he wants, and if he has the fans that want to get swindled, then he can keep doing this scheme. But
if I had a platform like that, the platform needs to have some kind of like thing where they should have some kind of like backbone where they stand up for something to be like, we did all this whole thing for you where you collected all this money and you never delivered on the last one.
I mean, I agree,
we're
but
not
I also
allowing
disagree because that's when you can twist that into politics way too easily. How many books were getting shadow banned and banned off of Indiegogo for bullshit reasons when you have like the rules? That's why you have the disclaimer at the beginning saying this is a crowdfunding. You may or may not get your book or your product or whatever. So you have to have faith. This is where the business model came in. What is he saying? The only way Peter is back in physical copy of the next Super Killer book is if it's a blockbuster crossover with Projectile Reptile. I mean, that's one way to do it. Otherwise, I'll wait till it's on eBay, which is what I'm probably going to end up doing with Super Killer from now on. If it's on eBay.
No, I'm pretty sure.
No, I have not. But you know what? I should do a Vito drawing. I'm seeing all the Vitos, and I'm like, I could draw a better Vito than that.
I would like to see a Vito.
Have you seen Vito?
No, I'm waiting for the drawing.
You should draw Vito. You should draw Vito bent over being raw dogged by Charizard. That's what you should draw.
I did draw a really scandalous image once. I'm
thinking of that exact image right now, and I'm like, why do you keep getting these requests?
2020, or was it 2019? I drew that one image that was
I'm not even thinking of that. I'm thinking of that thing you did with the person that we are affiliated with in high school.
Oh no, I'm not even talking about that one. I'm talking about
that's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. No, that's not even that bad, I don't think. The one that I'm thinking of.
No.
I did a drawing, I'll just say this. Like, oh yeah, you're like a son to me. That's all I gotta say, and everybody will know what I'm talking about. And I like Liam. I think he's hilarious. I think he makes a lot of mistakes. And back in 2020, he was like full on anti-comics gator going to war with us. So there was a lot of meme potential there. And I drew a very disturbing picture that one day.
You should share it.
Nah, I'm not. I deleted that thing a long time ago.
But yeah,
I don't want any beef with. I don't want any beef. I actually like Liam.
Nah,
for the most part. I think he's funny.
Draw one with Vito, bent over with Charizard raw dogging him, and having Pikachu take pictures in the background.
What would be? Oh man, I'm gonna think. I have to put thought into this. If I'm gonna do a Vito, I'm not gonna do a fucking, newspaper clip, piece of artwork. It's gonna be very clever and it's gonna be sadistic.
Okay,
it's gonna make Vito. It's gonna make him blush. It's gonna hit
Squirtle with baby oil.
A squirrel with baby oil?
No, Squirtle.
A squirtle mid-squirtle.
Yeah.
Squirtle mid-squirtle. Yeah.
Squirtling.
Have Squirtle give him a bubble beam attack.
All right, we're going to have to talk about this. We'll have to plan this. I'll do one. Because everyone's doing him sitting in his studio live streaming. I haven't seen anybody get creative with the Pokemon shit.
Draw him in a ring boxing Goofanoid with yellow flash in the crowd with the look of disapproval. Oh shit!
Didn't he used to cry every time Riley like don't step up on my house or something? Like Riley was gonna go and visit him. Riley's that funny guy with the cape that was running around. He's the one that taped money on Eric July's thing, and Eric July threatened to send him to jail eventually over that shit, giving him money. Well, Riley was fucking with Vito once and was threatening to go up to his house and do horrible illegal things to him. And Vito was crying. He was he was pretty, I don't know, nervous about it. He didn't want that to happen. It was a funny debacle.
See, that's just more bullshit than needs to be swept under the rug and forgotten. I can't deal with
it. It's very entertaining, Jake. I don't ever take sides or anything. Well, most of the time, I
Yeah.
don't really take sides. I just watch it for the fun and the fucking spectacle of it all.
I don't even think it's entertaining. I think it's immature bullshit. Just what the fuck are we doing, people?
Well, we do need to talk more about the
Make
Hulk
books,
stick.
make them good.
Wolverine bones.
Hulk stick. I don't think I could take any of Hulk stick.